Welcome back to the channel. The Shenyang J-8 is a symbol of China's early push into high-speed interceptor aviation. Developed in the 1960s and introduced officially in the 1980s, the J-8 marks a critical turning point in the country's aerospace capabilities. With its long, slender fuselage and twin-engine design, it was created to intercept high-flying threats with speed and altitude rather than agility or motoroli flexibility. The J-8's profile is distinctive. From the front, its dual air intakes on either side of the fuselage feed into twin engines that give it supersonic speed. The sharp nose, often equipped with radar in later variants, points to its role as an interceptor, designed to reach targets quickly and engage them before they get too close. The canopy is high-set, giving the pilot a commanding view, while the tall vertical stabilizer adds to its sleek, imposing silhouette. Early models of the J-8 were relatively basic, but the later J-8-2 version introduced major improvements. These included better avionics, a redesigned nose to house a pulse Doppler radar, and improved weapons systems that made it more capable in modern combat scenarios. It was armed typically with air-to-air missiles like the PL-5 and later PL-8, or Place 211, making it a credible interceptor despite limitations in maneuverability. Inside the cockpit, the J-8 was built for function. Pilots had a straightforward interface that focused on high-speed interception rather than complex multi-role tasks. As newer electronics were integrated, including radar warning receivers and data links, the aircraft began to fit better into modern networked warfare environments. Still, even in its upgraded forms, the cockpit remained tight and utilitarian, emphasizing performance over comfort. One of the key points about the J-8 is that it was never meant to be a fighter. It lacks the agility of later fourth-generation jets. Instead, it excels in vertical speed and climb rate, with a maximum speed of over Mach 2.2 and a service ceiling above 65,000 feet. These stats allowed it to intercept high-altitude threats like surveillance aircraft or incoming bombers, especially during the Cold War period when that kind of threat was a major concern for China. The J-8 also had geopolitical importance. It was one of the first indigenous Chinese fighters to move beyond Soviet imitation and into original, domestic engineering. Its deployment gave the People's Liberation Army Air Force a much-needed capability at a time when Western aircraft were generations ahead. Despite limitations, the J-8 helped build the foundation for more advanced fighters like the J-10 and eventually the stealth-capable J-20. Over time, the J-8 saw a number of specialized variants. Some were fitted for reconnaissance missions, replacing radar with camera systems. Others were upgraded with foreign technology during brief periods of collaboration with countries like Israel. These modifications allowed the airframe to remain relevant for decades, even as newer aircraft entered service. Today, the J-8 is slowly retiring from active service. It's being replaced by more modern and versatile platforms that offer stealth, supercruise, and full multi-role capabilities. But the legacy of the J-8 remains important. It served as a critical bridge between older, copied designs and the new era of indigenous innovation in Chinese aviation. The aircraft also became known internationally due to a mid-air collision incident in 2001, involving a U.S. Navy EP-3 and a Chinese J-8. That event placed the aircraft in global headlines and highlighted the risks of Cold War-style intercepts that still occur in modern geopolitics. Visually, the J-8 remains striking. Its sleek silver fuselage, long intakes, and classic interceptor lines give it an aggressive stance on the tarmac. When showcased in air museums or static displays, it still draws attention for its speed-oriented design and sharp aerodynamic features. The Shenyang J-8 may not be the most famous jet in the skies, but it represents a moment in history when China was asserting itself as a capable, self-sufficient aviation power. Its blend of speed, altitude, and rugged design made it fit for purpose in an era dominated by strategic threats and high-altitude surveillance. Though it's nearing the end of its operational life, the J-8 stands tall as a pioneer. It paved the way for a generation of Chinese aircraft that now rival the best in the world. It's a reminder of how ambition and persistence can reshape a nation's technological destiny, one aircraft at a time.